Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday, July 10th, 2022. I'm Nighthawk, and I'll be your host today for about an hour. I want to say happy birthday to all those beautiful babies born today from 0 to 192. And if you're going on 193, I want you to come on the podcast. So, that being said, I'm going to read what's in front of you there so Facebook can actually hear it instead of having to read it because we all know they really can't read. But, anyways, the owner slash author and publishing editor of Nighthawk High Strangeness, aka William Nighthawk Podcast, Nighthawk by the Fire, Into the Red Rabbit Hole, believes in good faith that it constitutes fair use of any and all content to be used for the sole purpose of informing viewers slash I got to change that to family of information for educational purposes only per Title 17 USC subsection 107. Again, we constitute fair use of any and all content. So for educational purposes only. All right, now that that's read out loud and highlighted a couple times, let me get that off of the screen. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a restful night. I know I tossed and turned all night long. Did an extra long podcast last night as a guest for a real dear friend of mine, or friends, I should say, like brothers to me, D.A. Roberts and Anthony, and Doc and John. So kudos, guys. Thanks for having me on. I'm there for you if you ever need me. So I also want to put a personal thank you out to Shane. He knows who he is, for being so supportive, and Ryan also for being supportive, and all my other viewing family. Thank you all very much for being there last night. It meant the world to me. It made it a lot easier for me. I've been struggling trying to find words lately. I don't know if it has to do with the whole, fighting the C word thing and all that. But it's been happening a lot more lately. So, please bear with me, have patience. Sometimes I may say things that may not make sense to you all, but it makes sense to me, so just if you can, bear with me. Okay. So, as always, if you can support the channel in any ways possible, you can go to bonfire.com store, Into the Red Rabbit Hole, or Nighthawk High Strangeness podcast at patreon.com, or even buy me a coffee at W Nighthawk 333 for your support. I'm also on Venmo, for where I sell my merchandise that I make. The nice thing about Patreon, if you sign up, you get free stuff. So, and it's not that expensive either. I think it's like $3 and $5, and I think the highest one is like $10 or something like that. So it's not bad at all. So, and I upload, content on there, daily practically. So that's what also keeps me busy. So, but anyways, we're going to have a couple guests on today in a few moments. We're going to have Bettina Moss on, dog man, cryptid researcher and investigator. We're going to have hopefully Scott Violet on, Bigfoot researcher, Sasquatch researcher, Yangling researcher. See, he probably thought I'd forget that, huh? So until then, we're just going to talk about some stuff. I wanted to go over a few things about my experiences with the paranormal. Um, a lot of people think it's cool and fun and all that, and sometimes, I will admit, sometimes it is fun and it's cool. But sometimes it's dangerous too. So if you're thinking about getting into any part of the paranormal field, um, think very long and hard about it if you can, and talk to others about it before you jump in with, both feet firm into it, because some people just they tend to freak out a lot more than others that have been in the field. And there's certain advice you can get from seniors that have been in the field for 30, 40, 50 years. So it's always good to do your homework. Okay. um, it's always good not to just jump right in either, just to gradually immerse yourself in it. Okay. um, whether it's ghost hunting or cryptid investigations or even UFO alien stuff. I mean, no matter what your interest is, you'll find people that are willing to help you and support you, that are true investigators and researchers. So I would urge you to, before getting into the field, to actually talk to others and see what they think. Get their advice and all that and their outlook on it. So um, that being said, last night was a long night. I'm going to try and pull off a full hour program today. I got my trusted coffee right here with me. I hope you guys got yours. About another 5 minutes or so, we'll have probably, hopefully, a Bettina Moss on, and then probably about 9:30 or so, we'll have Scott coming on. Um, if you got my message. So, anyways, anybody out there have any devil monkey sightings? Please contact me. I'm putting together a visual sightings map. Um, Even if it's second party, testimony or whatever, if somebody saw, the devil monkey or what they think is the devil monkey. um, Remember, it's described as about 3 to 4 feet tall with a tail, and vicious, fast, likes to climb, likes to be up on second level homes and looking in windows. Um, Definitely is curious. So if you know of anybody that's seen anything like that, or you yourself have seen anything like that, um, please, let me know. Contact me, so I can put it on the site map, and we can get that out there too. Just like we have the Bigfoot sightings map, the UFO clusters maps, you know, all those types of maps. So that's what I'm working on. Um, Also locally, I've got a couple dogman things that I'm working on, and a Bigfoot investigation I'm working on too. So, not to mention, all the other stuff that's going on. So, spinning around like this, hopefully, I won't start spitting pea soup and and talking in weird words and stuff and language. But hey, you never know with me. So that might be normal. Um, let's see. CERN has got me concerned. Um, a lot of weird stuff has happened since CERN did their little test, and they can deny it all they want. The forces that be always deny it, but you got weird, weird weather, and weird weather patterns. You've got Boris Johnson resigning. You got the Georgia Guidestones being destroyed. Even locally, our own community college decided to change its name overnight, which totally shocked me. It came out of the blue. Just a lot of weird stuff happening. I don't trust CERN. I don't trust CERN any more than I trust NASA. And trust me, you can trust your government. You can ask any Indian. Yeah, right. That's why no treaty was ever honored. No treaties were ever honored by our government or our military. And yet, Native Americans make up a good percentage of the fighting forces on an annual basis. So, a lot of veterans are Native American. So, or have some sort of Native American blood. So, anyways, I'll get off of that kick there. I don't want to get on the sour bus for our government. I want to put a shout out to Cryptid HQ, my buddies. Thank you guys for everything you do, all your support and all that. I appreciate it. The wife loves her t-shirt. So, all right, now we're just waiting for the guests to come on. And we'll get into a conversation with cryptids on that. Oh. Let me see here. Good Lord. Good morning, Lindsay. Hey, Dustin, how are you? Why the gel? What gel? Why in the hell did they destroy the guidestones? Oh, I don't know. Somebody actually went in there about, I think it was like 1:30 in the morning, and blew up one of the stones, Dustin. And basically, they came in the next day with a heavy construction type, not a grader, not a front loader, but a backhoe kind of a thing, and knocked the rest of them down. I don't know why they did it, why they knocked the rest of them down. They say it was because of safety, but God only knows why they do what they do. Anybody that felt threatened by the Georgia Guidestones is very, very far off from knowing what the Georgia Guidestones were about. It was merely just like everything else in the world. It was a mystery that was supposed to last for a while, but yet it was supposed to be just what it said, a guide stone, just a tool for mankind to use to not get in over its head on anything. So, and it also promoted Jesus Christ. So, the Rosicrucian Society put it up there back in the 70s. I believe it was 1978 or 79. Those of you who don't know the Rosicrucian Society, they are big into faith and the belief in Jesus. So, and seeing as what's going on in the world today, we need a lot more Jesus out there. So, at least that's my thought. No, I don't think it was a curse. The Georgia Guidestones was not a curse. Hey, John, how are you doing, brother? I'll send you a link and get you on here. You can tell your story. Yeah, we'll see if the guests come on. If they don't come on, if I don't have a guest that comes on, I'm just going to make it a short show, because yesterday was a long show. I did the podcast in the morning, which ran over. I did a podcast in the evening, which ran over 2 hours. So, yeah, it's been a long, long day coming off of all that. So, and now my mail bag is going crazy. Come on. Why do they always do this in the middle of a broadcast? You. Oh, the cane's working great, John. Cane is working great. Um, Actually, I haven't put it down, so it's about 20 feet from me though right now. But yeah, I use it everywhere, man. You have no idea how much that's come in handy. So I appreciate that, brother. John is the I don't know if you all saw the podcast after the Bigfoot con in Virginia, but he is a dear friend of mine that actually handmade a nice wooden cane for me, and did it up, with the feathers and the whole 9 yards there. Did the Japanese scorch burning on it and all that. So yeah, it's a really beautiful, beautiful cane. So yeah, I've been using it a lot. So, in fact, I'll probably end up wearing it out because it literally goes everywhere with me. So hey, Tombstone, how are you doing, bro? Good to see you. Hope you're good too. I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired from all the podcasts yesterday, so took a lot out of me. So, uh, yeah, yeah. It's really nice to have that cane there. So, oh, well, it's about 5 minutes past the time that the first guest was supposed to be coming on. So it doesn't look like they're gonna be coming on. So Scott, if you're out there, if you want to come on early, come on in. Hmm. Yeah, the rain does a number on me. Uh-uh. I don't mind it because it cools off from the heat, but yeah, it's just the moisture in the air, man, just really beats me up bad. I don't know if I'd be able to deal with it. So, good morning. I hope you are doing well this morning. I was wondering if you know anything about the plants and roots the Sasquatch use for medicine. Could you talk about this? Well, they use pretty much the same herbs and stuff that Native Americans have used for thousands of years. They use the yarrow. We use the licorice root. We use the red willow. You name it out there. The dandelion. Um, just virtually everything. Red clover. Um, for different types of things too. I'll tell you what I can do. I'll write it all down and I'll put it up on a post on Nighthawk High Strangeness podcasting for you, like the bearberry and all that, because there's really so much herb out there that is indigenous to the areas and stuff that we live in that you can literally live off the earth, which is exactly what the Sasquatch do. So, yes, what I'll do, Mary, is I'll definitely do that. I'll get on that as soon as I can, and I'll post that on Nighthawk High Strangeness podcast channel and on my personal William Nighthawk page on Facebook. Okay, and that way you can have access to it whenever you need to. Okay, or take a picture of it and you can have the list with you. Okay, a screenshot or whatever you call it. So Anybody else have any questions? Oh, there's West Coast Dogman Project. Good morning, boy. It's what? It's early out there, man. It's what, 6:23 out there now. You're up early. Yeah, that's a little too early for a Sunday, even though I was up all night long practically. So I remember I woke up at I fell asleep at 12:34, which is funny because of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I woke up at 1:30, and then I fell asleep at 1:44, and then I woke up again at 2:03. And it was like that all night long. So it seems like every time I looked at the phone to see the time. Shane, you're awesome, man. You're awesome. Anybody that doesn't know Shane, you got to go to West Coast Dogman Project. If you're not a member, I mean, you should really sign up for being a member and all that, and like and heart the page and all that, and share it out, because he is awesome. He is a Dogman researcher and other cryptids too. He's not just limited to Dogman, but Dogman is his primary focus. But yes, he's a young brother of mine that is a very good guy to have on your side. So yeah, yeah, you guys are you're in the future. You're in the future, man. That's we should actually get a hold of you if we want to know what's going on, half a day in advance, because that being in the future is kind of cool. So it's kind of terrible though, man. Y'all get to celebrate New Year's earlier than we do, so but we get to watch at least. So oh, no problem, Shane. You got that's what family does, man. We support each other. We look out for each other as best as we can. I was going over this morning on first thing about if anybody's thinking about getting into the field of paranormal, basically if it's ghost hunting, cryptid investigations, whether it's UFO, alien investigations, and all that, anything paranormal dealing with the weird or mysterious, to do their research first before jumping both feet into it, because some people just they tend to freak out a little bit more than others, and it's always helpful to talk to somebody that's been in the field for a long time, like us old guys. Um, you know, even myself, or there's dozens upon dozens upon dozens of people that you can talk to out there, or actually hundreds upon hundreds of people you can talk to. But some of the ones I know that like D.A. Roberts and Anthony, Carlito, a lot of them like that. Dennis Carroll's another one. Let me tell you, Dennis Carroll he is a walking encyclopedia for the paranormal. If anybody's ever seen him on my podcast in the morning, he is literally a walking encyclopedia for the paranormal. Dennis Carroll, my hat's off to that man. Every time he comes on, he teaches me something new, and they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, this old dog got taught every time he's on this program. He teaches me something new. So, um, West Coast Dogman Project will be soon. Had to be your friend. uh, I don't know. Hey, Toom, do they have in Australia? Do you have reports of dogmen? That's something I've never really. I mean, I know you have the Yowie, and I know you have well, what's the one dinosaur that they say is still in existence out there in the outback? Anyways, yeah, I know you have those two. But do they actually have dogmen in Australia? Have there been much reports of them, or that's just interesting to me to find out. Yeah, Mary. I was on the D.A. Roberts's podcast last night, and we discussed quite a bit of it. Um, there's some Native people out there like myself that since we were raised by questionable how do I want to say this having a parent that is a practitioner of black arts and learning the other side of the coin and now living the other side of the coin. So I've seen both sides of the coin. Um, I don't fear it, so I can talk about it. I know what I can do to protect myself from it, um, and my family and people I care about. In fact, I do it, quite a bit for people. I do the ceremonies and all that, and the prayers, and so. But yeah, there definitely are. Now you can't get the well you see, here's the thing we've got to figure out too. There's supposed to be a difference. There's like 6 different types of dogmen. Okay, Shane can fill anybody in on this. With his West Coast branch of the Dogmen Project. There's 6 types of dogmen that I know of. Now, whether those types are infiltrated with genetic engineering from the military or werewolf lichenism, lycanthropy, or whether they are the dark arts medicine people that are transforming, which I'm not going to say the name out of respect because it's a Sunday. Um, whether those are all part of that, we have to figure out. We have to basically take a bunch of bananas and straighten it out into one long line of bananas and figure out what each banana is, and that's exactly what the dog man mess is right now, is a bunch of bananas. So um and it's the same way with Bigfoot, but it's not as in depth anymore with Bigfoot because a lot of researchers are coming forward and working together now, like we should have done since day one. And that's that's terrible that happens. And then you have certain people that are in the field to make mockery of it and all that, and fun of it, and fun of people that are in it. So, but hey, you have mean people everywhere you go. So, but okay. All right, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look that up, Shane. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. Creepers cryptid, John. Okay. Okay. Well, since you have them down there, Tomb, just definitely be careful, brother. We don't need nothing happen to our family down there. So they don't want this old medicine man coming down there. Trust me. So, of course, I should see about coming down that way sometime, but I don't think I could do a boat ride that long because I'm sure as heck not going to fly because this good old boy don't fly unless he's given wings. So, uh, and that's funny too because I used to jump out of perfectly good military aircraft. So, all right, John, you take care, man. I'll talk to you later, brother. And thank you again for the great job on the cane. All right. Well, looks like my second guest isn't going to be coming on either. Boy, oh boy, this happens all the time. I should send Shane an invite. Oh, Toom, whatever, brother. I got your back. I would come down there if I had to. You know that. Anybody that knows me knows I'm good at my word. So I would definitely come down there to help you out if it need be. So I just don't know if Australia could handle me down there, though. I hear they're pretty strict on the laws down there too. So, yeah, the attachment effect. Yes, it does, Mary. It has to do with the attachment. It has to do with the cleansing of the individual that's being assaulted by these things. Um, just like in any prayer for protection. One thing I always tell people is they have to stand in their faith. And, it doesn't matter what your faith is, as long as your faith is strong and unwavering, you can stand up to these things. Okay. But it takes faith to do it. So, hey, Ward. How we doing, brother? Good to see you on here. Oh, sorry, guys. I got to get another drink of my coffee. Um, I'm going to be cutting out of here probably within the next 5 minutes or so. Um, like I said, it's a long day yesterday with all the podcasts and stuff that I've done. Um, I appreciate each and every one of you is coming on here and talking this morning for a little bit. And believe it or not, we've been on almost an hour. So that's amazing how fast time flies when you're talking to friends and family. So, um, but yeah, if you want, Nighthawk by the Fire is Thursday nights Eastern time zone for the U.S. 9 p.m. So that's Thursday nights 9 p.m. Hopefully the weather will be good enough to get outside and actually do the fire again. Um, and we talk about all kinds of stuff, um, Native American stuff too. I might even tell a story or two. So it's just an all around good time. So. Oh yeah, the sleep paralysis. Yeah, yeah. You're talking about the paralysis that actually paralyzes you to the point where you feel like something's holding you down, and you can only move your eyes. And yeah, yeah. I know some things about that. But I've never had to deal with that. Thank goodness. Because I hear it's probably pretty terrifying too, because it almost feels like a ghost or something's holding you down. Um, but yeah, I've definitely heard of that. I've heard people affected by it get pretty traumatized too. Mm, yeah, yeah. They say that you do see things. Well, and another thing too, Ward, you got to understand too, brother, is when you're in that state, your senses are so heightened because you're only like capable of moving your eyes. You know, it's like you can't defend yourself, and yeah, of course you're gonna freak out a little bit. So I mean, who wouldn't, you know? So I would, and I've been in the paranormal field for over well, most of my life. I think the only time I wasn't dealing with the paranormal was when I was in the military dealing with other crap. So, but yeah, who wouldn't? That's a struggle, yeah. So, but if you ever need to talk about it, brother, I'm here, man. Okay. All right, everybody. Award, if you want to, get a hold of me on Facebook. You know, if you want to talk. Tomb, I will talk to you later, brother. Shane, you have a great Sunday, brother. Ann, have a great Sunday. And I'm going to cut out of here. But definitely get a hold of me, guys, if anybody needs anything. And I'll do my best to help, okay? All right, guys. You have a great Sunday, okay? Have a blessed day. And remember, always seek the truth, okay? So that's a biggie. Mary, you have a great Sunday too. I didn't leave you out, okay? And I'm gonna get to work on the herbs and stuff too for you, okay? And I'll get that posted on the Facebook pages, okay? Have a great day, everybody.